If you could fight anybody in the UFC, who would you choose?
I mean, I've said it before, the only fight that will break the record of me and Mike Tyson is me versus Conor. So we're going to see that.
We need that. We need that.
Jake Paul's much bigger, but Conor McGregor's skill level is just way up there. Conor McGregor could walk around at 190.
He's almost heavyweight.
He can. You know what's a real weapon is if I could tell you what I'm going to hit you with and hit you with it. With Conor's left, is there somebody he's not going to catch with that? Even though the size difference is pretty tremendous. You know, there's a certain point where the weights are getting similar. Then the big guys, it's a big-ass target that you can't miss. If he's only boxing, Conor McGregor, there's things that he does that are way superior than most of the MMA fighters that he's fighting. His footwork is unusual. So Jake will have a hell of a hard time, especially when somebody like Conor, I know Jake can hit hard, but I don't think he's hitting Conor clean. And I don't think Conor can miss him. I don't see Jake having superior defensive skill. And Conor's faster. His left hand is a weapon. Conor's movement is extraordinary.
Yo!
I was with my brother, Jake Paul, and Conor McGregor, and then they stuck us on a bus. He said he's gonna like slap me, Jake, and KSI.
Here's the deal, he's like, I'm gonna slap the head off the two of yours and KSI.
And then you can see me and Jake like belly laugh. Like we're
Jake Paul calling out Conor after surviving Anthony Joshua isn't confidence. It's escalation bordering on delusion. Because once you've tasted real heavyweight power and walked out fractured, the brain starts doing dangerous things to protect the ego. And suddenly Conor McGregor looks like a reset button instead of another loaded gun. But here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Conor isn't a rehab fight. His chaos with timing, angles, and spite. And if Jake thinks Joshua was pressure, wait until a smaller man who doesn't respect you starts breaking rhythm, dragging you into moments you can't clinch your way out of. That call-out doesn't signal ambition. It signals panic disguised as bravado, like he needs a new narrative fast before the last one fully collapses. And trust me, if that fight ever gets close to real, someone is going to get hurt in a way cameras won't be able to soften.
Look, that guy did great for someone who's been boxing for like less than a decade. He has had no real professional opponents other than Tommy Fury that were legitimate world-class boxers.
I don't even remember.
And here's the part that keeps me up. Afterward, toughness became the shield. Courage became the currency. And that's fine, until it's used to dodge reality. Because toughness didn't control that fight. Toughness only delayed the ending. And at heavyweight, delaying the ending is how careers disappear. If you think this was some kind of moral victory, you're ignoring how fast belief collapses when fatigue sets in. And that collapse wasn't subtle. It was visible, painfully visible.
Joshua.
Boy. Well, realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. You take a guy who...
Joshua explained it calmly later, maybe too calmly. He said he didn't chase. He said patience mattered. He said movement changes everything. And people heard excuses. But what they were really hearing was a man who never felt threatened. And that scares them, because it doesn't match the chaos they wanted. But here's a thought nobody wants to sit with. What if this fight went exactly how he planned, and the chaos came afterward for a completely different reason?
Right? Just the fact that he's willing to fight the two-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
A guy who's gigantic in his prime, built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're going to stand, and he's a one-punch killer. And you're going to stand in front of that guy, and he avoided shots till the 6th round. He just started getting tired.
Yeah, his movement in that fight was crazy.
Because while everyone argued online, the alleged arrest story kept breathing. It resurfaced, mutated, refused to die, and every hour without clarity made it worse. Was it an altercation? A misunderstanding? Something tied to the fight? The crowd? The aftermath? Nobody knew. And that uncertainty became its own weapon, dragging the spotlight off the ring and into something far uglier. And yay, it feels like someone, somewhere, is desperately hoping you stop asking.
Initially watched the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight. I think I would say that my conclusions now still match most of what I said when I was watching on the initial broadcast, which is that Joshua, he did look a little rusty to me, I'm sorry, but he did. That Jake is, you know, probably a little bit better, then we suggest that he might be, when I say we, I mean like the hardcore fight community, the fight fans, the people who work in the industry to a degree. Sometimes there is a suggestion that he can't do anything.
The insults flew both ways. Embarrassing for lasting too long, embarrassing for surviving, and the truth sat right in the middle like a landmine. Money skipped steps, belief skipped seasoning, reality collected interest. And when system meets spectacle, this is what happens. Violent clarity, no script, no safety net. And the worst part is everyone saw it coming and still acted shocked when it finally arrived.
Take a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and then you're going to fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists in the heavyweight division. Maybe we should watch the Francis Ngannou fight so you can see. Let's watch that real quick.
Jake walks away hurt but accepted by his supporters. Joshua walks away winning, yet facing heavy criticism. And the sport is once again left dealing with the fallout when hype crashes into history too hard. Rogan's reaction mattered because he refused to let bravery replace consequences. He didn't allow rumors to change the outcome. But he also didn't act like this was business as usual. And believe this, when veterans stop calling something normal, that's when the ground begins to shift for everyone involved.
I don't really co-sign on some of that. He's got some ability. He's not good. Listen to me very carefully. He's not good. But is he the caricature that he is sometimes made out to be in terms of his pure boxing skill? I think it goes a little overboard sometimes. But that isn't the reason why I wanted to make this video. What I wanted to make this video about is two things. One, after the fight was over, I got on social media and people were like hugely negative about the fight. And I did not think that the fight was good. In fact,
actually, this didn't close the book on anything. That's a story being pushed right now. Instead, it opened a crack. The questions around Joshua's future grew louder. The questions about Jake's limits became sharper. And the reported arrest is still hanging there like unfinished business, unresolved and uncomfortable. Because boxing doesn't forget moments like this. It keeps them. And one day, they come back up when no one is prepared. And I swear, there's more going on here. Something feels off. Something isn't lining up. And you can sense it.
Past weekend, you know, me and Shady are big boxing fans. There was a huge fight in the boxing world as Anthony Joshua took on Jake Paul. It actually happened. He actually went in there. He actually fought. I couldn't believe it either, to be honest with you. He actually fought Jake Paul. No, I mean,
it's a bit of an overstatement. It is an overstatement.
I wouldn't say it's an overstatement, but look, right here, you see Jake Paul ended up losing the fight by stoppage, got hit with a right hand, said wow when he hit the floor. It was revealed that he actually broke his jaw on both sides after.
So don't get comfortable, don't move on, and don't let the next headline pull your attention. This story is still alive, still shifting, still dangerous. And whether it's the rumors, the reactions, or what hasn't been revealed yet, something is ready to erupt. And when it does, it won't just affect one person. It will shake the entire system. And if you think this was a big blast, no, you're not paying attention. This was merely a test of the pressure.
He's going to shock the world. He's going to knock Anthony Joshua out. Anthony Joshua, he does have a suspect chin, Ocho, but he is an Olympic champion. He's 6'6", 243 pounds, and I guess they say he's over the hill, but he looked in peak condition. And he can't look. I thought he could have ended the fight a lot earlier, but look, let's give him something. Let's give him something to hold it, to sink the teeth into, Ocho. Anthony Joshua defeated Jake Paul in the 6th round of the heavyweight fight in Miami. This bout sparked widespread debate.
It concludes with handcuffs and a shattered jaw. And that's the part no one was prepared for. That's the part they're trying to sweep under the rug right now. And we're supposed to just move on like a heavyweight champion didn't leave the arena while rumors of an arrest spread like wildfire online. So no, stop. Go back, because this didn't begin with chaos, it began with control. And somehow, that control morphed into a situation so toxic it could haunt the division for months, maybe even years. And if you blink, you'll miss who's truly being exposed here.
That's what it proved. I saw one of Shady's tweets. Please pull it up. It'll be easy to find. And I vehemently disagreed with it. I need y'all to see this one. That wasn't a fight. It wasn't a fight. No. Jake Paul was clutching at his leg like my niece will when I see her on Christmas. Hey, good to see you. Like, Jake Paul was clutching at Anthony Joshua's leg. That wasn't a fight. Like that wasn't a fight. That was a entertainment spectacle. But
this was supposed to be the tidy ending. Bell rings. Joshua drops him. Crowd goes wild. Legacy secured. Circus finished. Time to go home. But that's not what unfolded. Hours later, the knockout didn't matter. The punch didn't matter. The injury didn't matter. Suddenly, everyone is voicing the same quiet question out loud. What actually happened after the cameras went off? And why is no one denying it quickly enough? And why does that silence feel heavier than any right hand Joshua ever threw?
Do we really need to talk about this one, man? Like, everybody in the world knew that Paul wasn't being Anthony Joshua, bro. We knew it. Only thing I could do is I could give a clap to Paul for getting in the ring. Dog, you got your jaw broken, dog. You out here, you're tackling the dude by the waist. This dude's been boxing since he was like 7 years old. Like, I get it. I think, Paul, you should go back and do your amateur shit. You have like 50 fights.
Joe Rogan didn't shout. He didn't mock it. He didn't brush it aside. And that would unsettle me. Because when Rogan stays calm, it's not reassurance, it's a warning. He pulled back, and suddenly this wasn't about boxing technique or YouTube hype anymore. It became about pressure building until it burst, about egos crashing into real violence, money, and cameras all at the same time. And you could feel it, like, no, this can't be real. Because when even Rogan sounds careful, someone somewhere is covering up something big.